Hi guys. This would be day 29, but I don't know if I'm going to number them anymore. I thought I'd continue on with talking about CFS. Um, Yesterday I shared that I didn't know where I was going to take this, but I thought maybe I would start engaging with other CFS and fibromyalgia people, um, even other people with chronic illnesses, and help them in like a business training aspect, which really excites me. And the more I think about it, and it's going to be a hard slog. I know it will be a hard slog. Uh, but the idea of being, I think what gets me is if I had have had a business coach or someone um, kind of like mindfulness trained, and that helped me when I first started either with CFS or FMS or in my business. That would have done me the world of good, instead of overcoming all these hurdles and problems that I have, and I've had to like stumble and stop start and stuff like that. So it'd be good if I can help other people navigate that terrain. But anyway, for CFS today, what I was thinking of sharing was at an early point I shared how pain is all inclusive when you're experiencing it, and I was just thinking, realizing that as I go into getting more busier and busier, and having my time go from time that I manage myself to having to have time set in through the day or the week based on other people, like appointments and stuff like that. A memory resurfaced of, I remember living in such a state where I would be constantly looking for the next day that I could crash. So like, okay, Monday I wake up, I do this, 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 and I will get some sleep, hopefully, and then I repeat, and I've got to survive that for 4 days, and then I know that for Thursday, Friday afternoon, I can crash, and I got to push and push and push, and then Sunday I can crash all day, and then repeat. It got to the point where I was doing 5.5 days of just go, 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 go. Saturday I'd stumble home and just, I can't even remember really what I did Saturday afternoons. I think I just vegetated. And then Sunday it was sleeping until 12 because my body was like, you ain't got nothing. And then I would have X hours in my evening, and then I'd have to go to sleep, and then I'd repeat it. And that was awful. It got to the point where I don't know how many weeks or even months this went on for, but I was having about 4 to 6 hours sleep um, every over 3 or 4 days. And that plus CFS is not a good combo. Even if you're healthy and normal, it's not a good combo. But I was constantly chasing when I could stop and sleep. And it was horrible. I remember how horrible it was. It was awful. I can't get across to you how awful it was. And that was a state that I had moved myself into, and I didn't see a way out. And the only way that that particular episode came to an end, like it's happened several times during my life, but the one where I was getting like 4 hours, 6 hours sleep over 3 or 4 days, the only way that came to an end was it got to the point where I had had so much, I just broke down, and I ended up, I guess, destroying. Sorry, I ended up just everything that I had bottled in, I let out, and that kind of ruined some relationships with people who were who I was engaging with at the time, that was taking up those time with those appointments during the day and that kind of thing. And that's how I stopped. It wasn't deliberate, it wasn't intentional, just like it all came out, and what came out wasn't conducive to an ongoing relationship, based upon how the other parties responded. I will put be the first to put my hand up and say, like, I did not go about it the best way, but I went about it the best way I knew at the time. Like, I had tried to solve the issue so many different ways, and nothing was working. So that happened, and it just crashed around me. And I remember I was pretty much horizontal for a long time after that. My body just crashed. It was like, hey, we held you up. We told you were crashing. We held you up. By the way, this is how you're really feeling. And I just bang. So it brings me back to we're in a prison or a garden of our own making. The truth that I found from that and every other occasion in my life is that I thought I had to do that. I thought that it was the only way. I thought that what that was what all this should be. And it was only after I removed myself from that that I kind of like, oh, wow. I can relate it to like an abusive relationship, kind of the same thing, where, you know, it's not until you step, like everyone's going like, oh, that's a bad relationship, and you're going, no, it's fine. Then you step out and go, oh, yep, that was bad. But the relationship can be with a person, with food, with a substance, with a physical activity. It doesn't matter what the object of the relationship is. It's the same thing. So my relationship with that particular thing that was taking up my time, or using my time and my energy, was not good. And people were telling me this, but I was like, no, I'll be fine. And then I stopped it. Like I got to the point where I like, oh wow, okay, no, it's really bad. I stopped it, realized really how bad it was, and then my body just crashed. So yeah, exciting. So pay attention to yourself. Life, you know, what kind of garden or prison are you making for yourself? Thank you very much for letting me share this, day 29, which is the 1st of March. And I hope you guys have a really good time. And look, what would you like to know about CFS or fibromyalgia? Or what are you experienced that you would like to hear my experience from? Just please don't ask me about a cure, okay? Because but you can ask me what I found's worked for me. All right, just don't cure hunt, as I've said in other videos. So thank you very much. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, let me know what you would like to know. And thank you very much.